Okay, so we're going to make something a little bit more complicated. Actually, maybe even two things that are a little bit more complicated to give you a sense of it. Let's start with this R here, which is two shapes. It's this sort of blocky shape here with this angular shape here. I'm going to get close by hitting Command plus, and I'm going to scooch over here, and yeah, I'm going to go after this R. This part would be really easy, right? I just need to get a rectangle tool, and there we go. Donezo. Pretty simple with that. This other part might be just a little bit more difficult, but I'm actually going to start with a rectangle tool too. You can see I have this angle here, and this is kind of this basic shape is right there. I just have to make sort of this curve here, and I can use the pen tool to do it by just maybe starting here and working my way over, making a point there, and then I'm going to do it from right here. I'm going to pull on that Bezier curve till I have something that is close to what I want. And that looks pretty decent. Click on this to get rid of that. So I have that basic line there. And I could do the same thing to do this here. Clicking on that pen tool. And then going all the way to here. And then pulling on that Bezier curve until I have that basic shape of my R. Now I just need to get rid of this shape here, which is pretty easy if I select on that whole shape, and then I go to my shape tool, and I can either click on this as a positive, or I can option click or alt click on this, which is a negative. I can show you both ways to do it. Here's getting rid of the negative. I'll bring that back again, Control Z, and then, or here's the positive. So either way is going to work out just fine. But really, you're just getting rid of that section. It looks pretty decent. I can kind of take a look at what those lines really look like, and we get a little closer here. There's a little bit of overlap there, but it's not too shabby. Oops, I lost it. It's not too shabby. I would say too that I need to bring this up or down a little bit here. So let's line that up, and that way it's kind of perfect. Command Y to get out of there. I'm going to select my whole R here, and I'm going to group it. So now it's just one group. So I've got an R. Kind of the nice thing about this R too is that not only do I have an R, I also have a an I too. So if I hit Command C to copy that and Command V to paste that R, I'm going to bring that up here, and I'm going to ungroup it. And then I'm just going to get rid of this by just deleting that. Oh, I have a little section there, a little anchor point I can get rid of. And now I have an I, so I have an R and an I kind of just built up on one shape there. Let's go down to the M, because I feel like the M is a pretty complicated shape. So I'm going to Command plus to get a little closer to that M so I can work on it. I can see already that there are some, like there's these rectangular shapes for the legs here, and then there's the rounded shape for the shoulders here. And I can do both. Let's start with the rectangular shapes. I'm even going to go all the way up to here with my rectangular shape, and I'm going to Command C to copy that, Command V to paste that. Kind of like the idea of these all being the exact same size. One more time. That's pretty good. Are they the same distance away? Let's go to, we're gonna hit Command R, and that brings my ruler into play here, and I can bring my ruler down here to see it's a little bit off there. So I'm gonna bring my ruler down here. It's a little bit off. It's not too shabby. Actually, maybe it is just right on. And then I'm going to bring a ruler out over to here between this line. So it's 80. I'm going to copy that ruler. I'm going to bring that over to here. Yeah, so I can see that I need to bring this just over here a little bit. And then that's kind of even. I think it's even. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And now I just need to make these circular shapes. I'm going to go to my ellipse tool. Or keep in mind too that you couldn't just hit L for your ellipse tool. This is L right there. And I'm going to do these center ones first. Use my arrow keys to move that down a little bit. And it's pretty good. I want to line it right up with these lines here. And if I hit Command Y, I can see exactly where all of those points are. And it's right on there. That's pretty good. And Command Y again to get out of there. And I'm going to copy that same circle, Command C, Command V. And I'm going to bring that circle or that ellipse over to here. It kind of pays to be pretty careful when you place these. You really do want them to be pretty exact. Take that measurement there. That's pretty good. And then is it though? Is it there we go. So I want this intersection to be really kind of perfect, because when I make this into one shape, that's going to be pretty noticeable. I'm going to hit Command Y again to get out of here, and then I want to take this circle or this ellipse again and copy it once again, and then bring it up to the top here to try to get this curve here. So I'm going to bring it up here. Oops. Let's try that one more time. Paste that. Bring it up to here. All the way up to that line. I'll bring it down a little bit more. I'm going to stretch it out so it lines up there. And I think I want to try to stretch it to about the middle of this rectangle here. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit to match up with that. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to copy that, Command C, Command V, and bring that over, oops daisy, I'm going to bring that over to here and try to line that up as best I can. And Command Y to see what those lines look like. Oh yeah, I need to bring it down. And I think I need to bring this one up a little bit. And this looks good. And this looks good, and this looks good. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good. It kind of looks like a face in a weird way. Command Y. And then I think I've got all of the lines I need. Now I just need to make it into a big group by selecting all of it and then going to my shape tool here. I'm going to hold on to Option or Alt and click on those shapes that I do not need. And then if I just draw my shape around, you can see I'm just holding on to my mouse button to draw the shapes around to try to get my M there. And then again, I'm going to hold on to my Option or Alt to get rid of some of these things I don't need. I have a pretty decent M right there. One last thing to make it all into one group. I'm going to select it all, and then I'm going to group it. And then there I have my M. Oops. I have my M. I think I accidentally grouped my my guidelines in there too. I'm just going to get rid of those really quick because I'll use them. I'll use them later too, but just not for right now. Bring my M. Let's see. Let me come back a little bit. Bring my M right here, just for now. So I made an M and an R. Let's just make one more letter. And if you think you've got this, that's okay, because you can keep going. You can skip past this part. I just want to do this A to give you a sense of how I would make an A like this. And it's fairly easy. I'm going to use my pen tool, and I'm just going to draw a triangle. And then I'm going to copy that triangle, Command C, Command V. Oops, I didn't get all of it. Let me try that one more time. Command C, Command V. And then I'm going to, holding onto the Shift button, make that triangle a little smaller. Holding onto Shift so that it keeps the same, or the correct aspect ratio. I'm going to get a little bit bigger. There we go. That's pretty good. So now I have that triangle there. Now I just need this line here, and I can just copy that triangle, Command C, Command V. I'm going to make that triangle bigger by holding my Shift and then pulling on that toggle. Again, I'm holding on to Shift to make sure that it keeps kind of the same aspect ratio. And I'm just going to scooch that over with my arrow keys. I think that's pretty good. So now I just have to, again, start to take away and add things by my shape builder tool. Holding on to my Option or Alt button, I can get rid of some of these shapes I do not need. That looks pretty good. And then we'll select the whole thing and just group it so it's all in one group. And kind of the reason I wanted to show you how I made the A is so that I can show you how to make that A into a V. And I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and then I'm just going to go around this edge here and flip it upside down. So now I have a V too. With the S and the O, you can see how that's so easily done. You can make that, O into an H pretty easily. You can even make it into a C pretty easily. I just kind of wanted to show you how you could turn some of these letter forms into other letter forms so that it fits your alphabet